Hey guys, it's Hazeltail, and today I have another video in my decluttering series. In case you haven't seen my other videos, in this series I am going through basically my entire makeup collection and deciding what to keep and what to get rid of, because I frankly have way too much stuff. And the stuff I'm getting rid of, unless it's gone bad, it won't be going in the trash. It will actually be going to, like, my friends and family. Anyway, today we have cheek products, so bronzers, blushes, and highlights. I'm not entirely sure how I ended up with so many. I very rarely wear blush anymore, and I also usually just use one bronzer. Anyway, let's just get started. This first one is from Physicians Formula. It is super old, and they don't make it anymore. But this shade was like the contour, this was your face powder, and this was your highlight. And it's got like major hard pan on it, so I have to get rid of this. My next bronzer is from NYX. It's from their old line of powder blushes, and this is the shade Taupe. And mine is very well loved. The window is missing, and it's kind of broken right here. But it's a nice, cool toned contour color for people with really fair skin. Can you see that? I use this every day. It's like my favorite one, so I'm definitely keeping this. Then we have the e.l.f. Healthy Glow Bronzing Powder. I don't know if there's a shade on this. Is there? In matte bronze. And I haven't used this in a long time. It's a nice powder. It's got lots of pigmentation to it, but it's just a little bit too dark for me. So I think I'm gonna get rid of that. Then we have this Mosaic blush from Milani. I think that's what it's called. It's a powder mosaic in number 4, Touch of Sun. I don't know if they make this anymore. It's like a vaguely shimmery bronzer. Again, very nice pigment, very nice texture. Let me build that swatch up a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit too warm to be a contour, and I'm not really about warming my face with bronzer, so I think I'll get rid of this one too. Then we have a Wet n Wild Contour Duo, or palette it's called. It's from their Color Icon line. This one is in Dulce de Leche. I believe they have one more where the bronzer's a little bit deeper and the highlighter is a little bit more white. I never use this. Again, same problem with the bronzer. It's too warm. And then the highlight is like almost exactly my skin color, so it doesn't really show up. So I guess I'll have to get rid of this. Then I have the NYX Highlight and Contour Duo, and when I got this, I was so excited about it. It's got a matte white and a matte brown, and it looks pretty in the pan, but the white barely shows up. I have to like really scrub in there to get any color. See, the white hardly shows up at all on my skin, and then the brown is really dark and it's kind of awkward to blend, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. And this was in the shade 1, in case you're curious. Then I have a Revlon Photo Ready Cheek Trio. I don't think they make these anymore, but it's a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight. And I don't know when I got this or when I last used it, because I found it in a drawer when I was getting ready for this video. It looks super powdery. It's soft. So kind of a light peachy blush. Shimmery highlight. Kind of shimmery bronzer. Is that glitter? No, just shimmer. So everything is shimmery in this palette. And they barely show up. This was in the shade 2 Peach, but it does not show up hardly at all, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Then we have the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzer Powder. This is like the famous one, the first one they came out with. It doesn't say the shade name on here because when I bought this, this was the only color they had, but I believe this is St. Lucia. It's got like a peachy blush and a bronzer. They're both shimmery. They're both really soft and they have good pigment, I think. I don't know. I have other blushes that are a similar color and I'm not going to use the bronzer, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one as well. I'm getting rid of so much today. Then I have a little blush duo from LA Colors. It's very neutral. The shade is Plushed and Soft Rose. I like these colors, but I can't remember if they show up well. They're really light. Honestly, it's more like a highlight than a blush. And it's not really light enough to be a highlight on me, so I guess I'm getting rid of this one too. Then I have an old blush single from Ulta, the Ulta brand, and it is in the shade Flush. I think it's Flush, yes. It's like a deeper pink. I like that a lot, so I think I'm going to keep this one. Then I have two of the Bare Minerals blushes. I believe one is a duo and one is a single. This one is the duo. It's in Hint Blush and Bright Radiance. I don't even know if I've ever used this. Okay, they're both very shimmery colors. This is like very messy and very shimmery. I'm just going to get rid of this. But it's like a warm brown color, almost like a bronzer, and then a bright pink shimmery color. Then we have the other Bare Minerals blush. This one, if I could find the name, it's their Brightening Pearl Mineral Veil. And again, it's a loose powder. Whoa, did you see that? I was not expecting that to happen. Let me get a makeup wipe. I'm assuming this should be a highlight for deeper skin, or maybe a blush topper if you're as pale as I am. It gives like a nice golden sheen, but it's not really my kind of thing, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Then I have two little Clinique highlight bronzer things. This one is in the shade 3 Almond Blossom, and this one is in the shade 1 Peony. They have two colors. Obviously, it's supposed to be like a bronzer and highlight or a blush and highlight. But besides the fact these are so shimmery, like, they're too small for my brushes to fit in, so I like never use them. They have nice pigmentation. You could probably use them as like eyeshadows. I'm gonna get rid of the almond one. Yeah, and I'm also gonna get rid of the peony. Then I have a Jordana blush. It's a kind of deep mauve neutral color. The shade is 27 Sunlit Bronze. But it's definitely got some pink to it. It's not really showing up a lot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of that. It's really warm, which I don't particularly mind with blushes, but it's also super sheer. Oh, it is showing up a little bit better on the camera than in real life, though. That's weird. Then I have a brighter blush. It's from Ulta again. It's just called Heartbreaker. And I already know I'm not going to keep this, but I'll swatch it for you guys. Ooh, it's got some really nice pigmentation, though. Whoa. Crazy intense blush. If I wore that color, I would be all over this, but I'm going to get rid of this one. Then I have an NYC Smooth Mineral Loose Blush. What is the shade? Tender Pink. You know what, since this is a loose blush, I already know I'm never going to use it, so I'm not going to open it up and make a big mess. You know, know, as I keep looking at this Jordana color on my hand, it makes me like it, so I think I am going to keep this one. Then I have a little Color Concept Blush Duo. I don't think this has a name or anything. This is one of the brands they sell in the drugstores like around the holidays every year. It's like a neutral blush and then kind of corally. The neutral one barely shows up on me. The coral's kind of funny. And the pans are really small, so I'm gonna get rid of this one also. Then I have two Maybelline blushes. This one is Gentle Rose and this one is Precious Pink, and since it's broken, I'm going to be getting rid of that. The other one I haven't worn in a long time, but it is my kind of color. Neutral, but kind of peachy. It's not really showing up the way it used to. Okay, since it's not showing up, I'm gonna get rid of it. Then we have another NYX blush that is in way better shape than my taupe one. This one is in mauve, so a nice neutral color. Very soft powder. I don't know why these blushes aren't showing up. I think my hands are really red today. But I do like that finish. And it's showing up way more on the camera than in real life. So I think I'm going to keep this one. Then, a very old container of the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush. This came out again with their recent peach collection and they put it in new packaging. But I'm pretty sure it's the same color. Yeah, nice shimmery peachy blush. Ooh. Do you see the sheen that gives? I think I'm going to hang on to this for now, and I might repurchase it in the new packaging. We'll see. Then the last blush is a Lorac Cheek Stamp, and it is in the shade Island Spice. This is kind of a weird format of bronzer, blush, whatever. There's like a sponge that goes into it, and then you would get the powder off the sponge. That color's too dark for me, so I'm going to be getting rid of this. Now we're just down to my 4 highlighters. Now normally I don't use any of these alone. I put on a matte white eyeshadow as my highlight, and then sometimes we'll top it with some shimmer. This first one I don't even know if they make anymore. It's a Revlon Colorstay Mineral Finishing Powder, and it's in the shade 10 Brighten as I drop it. It's a nice pink baked powder. Ooh, it feels like it's got hard pan on it, but look at that, it still shows up beautifully. So I am definitely gonna be keeping that. Look at that glow. This one technically is a bronzer, I think. It's from Wet n Wild. It is the Color Icon bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. I heard Emily Noel talking about this so much back in the day, so I bought it. But it's actually a little bit too dark to be a good highlight for me. It's like the same color as my skin tone, but it's not overly shimmery. It's got like just a nice subtleness to it. I'm gonna be getting rid of it, but if your skin is like any darker than mine, that would look great. Then I have these two NYX highlighters. One is a loose powder and one is a pressed powder. I'll start with this NYX Illuminator because I already know that I'm gonna be getting rid of this. It's in the shade 1 Narcissist, but as you can see, that is way too dark to be a highlight on me, and it's also kind of too shimmery to be a blush. You can see it next to Papa Don't Peach right there. It's more golden, so I'm gonna get rid of this. And this one is one of their loose powders. It is in number 3, Pure Shimmer. Ooh, so glowy. I'm definitely gonna be keeping that. Like, it does have glitter in it, but like, sometimes you need a little bit of glitter. Okay, we finally made it through everything. And I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 things and keeping 7. So I think that is very successful. And like I said, the products that I'm getting rid of are definitely not going to waste. They're going to be going to new homes. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see more in this series. And if there are any videos specifically that you'd like to see, you can leave a comment for me in the comments, not in the description box, or private message me because I love doing your guys' requests. I love you guys. Bye!